Tonight, it was a busy weekend for lawmen and emergency responders following two separate shooting incidents. The Bikers Association is rethinking its strategy for its island ride after a bloody independence last week. And 2 of 4 wards who escaped the boys' training center last week have returned to the detention facility.
This is the Hot 790 News with Daniela Edwin.
Good evening, it is Monday, February 27th, 2023. I am Daniela Edwin. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We are on Flow Channel 117, Kiss FM, the Caribbean Hot FM mobile app, and the Caribbean Hot 7 TV Facebook page. Not forgetting those of you using the Hot 7 plug and play antenna, thank you for joining us. Police are investigating a suspected drive-by shooting in Babonneau on Sunday in which a vehicle sustained damage. Fortunately, there was no report of injury. Sources indicate that the shooting occurred about 6:30 p.m. at Hill 20. Hours after, emergency personnel were called to the scene of another shooting, this time at Fouacho Castries. A male victim was hospitalized after being shot near the groin during that incident, which occurred Saturday evening around 9:30. The victim is said to be a resident of the community. Meanwhile, emergency personnel from the St. Lucia Fire Service transported a motorcyclist to the OKEU hospital on Sunday after his bike collided with a pickup truck. The incident occurred about 8:27 p.m. near the Vigi playing field in Castries. This is the latest in the spate of road incidents that prompted the St. Lucia Fire Service last week to appeal to road users to exercise utmost caution. St. Lucia has recorded 4 road fatalities for the year. A former president of the St. Lucia Motor X Club is calling for greater preparation and cohesion among stakeholders in future plans for the staging of the now controversial Independence Island ride. Compton says the event requires enhanced policing and a decision must be taken on whether it is best held on the annual Independence Day, February 22nd. This year, the event was marred by controversy after 2 riders were killed by the gun. Shannon LeBon reports.
The future of the Independence Island ride is at stake. The annual event attracted dozens of foreign riders this year and continues to grow in popularity locally. But what started as an event geared towards promoting unity and national pride is quickly developing a reputation of lawlessness. In fact, the 2023 staging will be remembered for bloodshed. Former president of the St. Lucia Motor X Club, Mr. Terrell Compton, says stakeholders must now return to the drawing board to better secure the event for all participants and the wider public.
We started it in St. Lucia. It is now in St. Vincent. It's now in Grenada. Dominica for the Creole Fest as well. It takes place then. We started it. To lose it would be an embarrassment to us as St. Lucians, and other countries can continue it. And because we cannot control ourselves, we are the ones to blame. We are the ones to blame. And also, we have friends who are from neighboring islands because we go across. As sports tourism, we go across and we make friends. So we need to encourage our friends to behave themselves. That's why we have the drag strip where you can go and drag. That's why we have the event in Castries where you can come and wheelie. That's why we have, the sound thing, so you can play your sound at the Sounds Clash, the mud event. That's why we have the mud event. We have a number of these events so persons can express themselves at these events, but leave the purpose of the island ride to what it was intended to be. A show of unity, a show for safety, a show for encouragement for others to do the right thing.
The annual Round the Island event is decorated with colorful high-speed machines. Their riders often engage in skillful stunts to the chagrin of other road users. Following this year's mayhem, the role of the police in licensing the event and their presence has come in for scrutiny. Compton argues the economic footprint of the event should naturally dictate greater police support as it has become a national event.
First of all, to have the island ride and have it approved, you must have the police support. You must have outriders. How many outriders can you afford to have is based on how much funds you raise or if you have sponsorship to pay the police on that given day. to work the ride. So like someone said, but isn't that a national event? The police should be, I agree the police should get something. How much the something is, I'm not in a position to discuss that. But I believe the police should get something for coming out for an entire day from morning till evening to give support and guide the ride through. One of the issues we're faced with for a number of years, and this year the talk was in the air, whether we should have the island ride on Independence Day.
But as the future of the event looms, riders and event enthusiasts are keeping their hopes on the front wheel. Compton says it is critical that stakeholders establish a formal association to better manage the event and the growing sport.
2 of the 4 juvenile males who escaped the Boys Training Center last week have been returned to the facility. The disclosure was made by Equity Minister Joachim Henry at a pre-cabinet press briefing on Monday. In the aftermath, the minister hopes that through the establishment of a proper juvenile center, the deficiencies which persist at the current facility will be remedied.
Last week, 4 wards at the Boys Training Center meticulously plotted and successfully executed their escape from the facility. In the aftermath, Equity Minister Joachim Henry informed that a search was being executed by the relevant authorities to recover the young boys. As of Monday, 27 February, 2 of the escapees have been returned to the facility unscathed. While one of the boys was escorted back to the juvenile center by his grandmother, police ushered the second back to the premises. In an effort to quell public concern, on Monday, Equity Minister Joachim Henry gave an appraisal on the situation at this point in time.
I'm happy to report that yes, another of the 4 wards who absconded has been found, and we are continuing to work with our plans, hopefully to sign a contract within the next few days of this week with the architect for the repurposing, remodeling of the George Charles Secondary School as a juvenile center. Also, we want to consider legislation to have the juvenile center on the statutory arrangement as against being part of the public service. We have a number of assets contributing to our juvenile, both young boys and young girls, but we need to consolidate.
The BTC over the past few weeks has been marred with controversy after a 15-year-old ward was recently arrested and charged for the murder of a senior woman. The subsequent escape of 4 wards has since exacerbated the issue. Following these 2 incidents on Sunday, 26 February, the Equity Minister visited the boys currently housed at the facility. Reflecting on the discussions had, Henry asserted that the negative stigma surrounding the BTC couldn't be further from the truth.
Yesterday, I spent the morning with the wards. I visited all of the wards. I spent some time with them. It's really not, and of course there's some picture that I put out, and I find a way to communicate to the residents by telling them it's not a den of monsters that we have at the Boys Training Center. They are young men. I spoke with 11 of them. They are sad as to what has happened, but also how they're being viewed. You know, I spent time watching a football game with them. They speaking about their lives, the plan for their lives, and even some of the life skills they would like to see, you know, improve. In fact, I laughed when one said, I would like to see banking processes be included in life skills so I can get more in tune as to what are the banking processes. When a young man at the Boys Training Center would have that level of complex discussion with a minister, you know, you want to appreciate that, yes, you have some of them who may be extreme in behavior, but the Boys Training Center as persons sometimes, you know, refer to it and how it has been made to be seen. It's really not accurate.
While the state is taking steps to develop a juvenile center at the George F.L. Charles School, in the interim, moves are being made to remedy some of the security deficiencies at the current facility, which will include the repairing of compromised fencing. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Kareem Nelson.
You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Still to come on the broadcast, Julian Alfred does it again, shaving seconds off her own 60-meter indoor sprint record. And Bank of St. Lucia acts swiftly to repair a technical glitch after several customers' accounts were debited. Stay with us. We have the details to these stories and so much more right after this.